Alright guys, welcome back. We're gonna do Legends of the DC Universe issue number 23. This is the last issue of the Transilvane part 2 of 2 storyline that I did, not so long ago. So if you want to know the gist of it, check it out. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would be grateful if you do so. It helps me a lot. And yeah, leave a comment, like my video, all that YouTube stuff. It all helps. Cover by Steve Root, I presume. Let me double check before I say something stupid, but the cover looks really, really good. Oh, it's not here. Anyway, so does it say here? Nope. Well, anyway, so dedicated to the Shaper of Will, Jack Kirby. Yes, because this is a Jack Kirby-esque story. I mean, this could, if Jack Kirby was still alive, and this could be a story that he created, because it seems that Superman with this scientist Donovan has been going to a planet that he created, and he created life, but then he created the life in a way that he is exposing the whole planet 24/7 with horror movies and stuff, which means the whole world is now, has werewolves, zombies, as you can see here, vampires, and other creatures of the dark. So Superman and Donovan are being attacked. Superman's power is here on this planet, this mini planet, severely diminished, but still, he is still Superman. And we have some fun, Kirby-esque action. That's a big jaw, man. Anyway, so they're going outside, try to escape. And, they are completely surrounded. So my first thought was, come on, Superman, you can, use your flight power and get you two out of here. Then I forgot, because of his diminishing powers here, he cannot fly, or maybe can jump high, but that's probably about it. Anyway, so the fight continues, but then they're getting help from someone, an outsider, and the zombies hear some howling. Now, these are not really completely zombies, because there are some, how do you say, nanotechnology stuff involved. If you can look closely, there's some stuff on them here that reminds me of, it's not really flesh-eating monstrosities by, a virus or supernatural stuff, because they are being created. And so it's the wolf tribe that comes to the help of Superman and Donovan, and they hate the zombies. And he says, for Lupek, whoever that is. Anyway, so Superman gets also the help from a female wolf, a wolf woman, and basically they are, with the help, defeating and crushing the zombies. And she says, my thanks, Overwalder. The zombies show no mercy. My name is Hood, really, of the tribe of Lupek. I've been trying to keep an eye on you since Castle Frankenstein. Yeah, because of the last issue. So Donovan says, fascinating. The nanocomponents have managed to duplicate whatever face. So yeah, like I said, there's some components of nanotechnology in here. I was sent by my master, who is pack master of all our tribes, to lead to our camp. It was good luck. It was a good luck that we arrived in time to help you fight off the Legion of Zorval. Zorval? Yeah, the zombie master. So yeah, there's a little bit of a problem that I have with this book, is there is some words thrown in here, and then we never go through with it or on about it or explain more about it, because this is only 2 issues, and I thought, all right, is just 2 issues enough to establish a good story? Well, yes and no, because this is not your typical, horror vibe, superhero story. It's very non-horror, but I'm going to show you that a little bit later. Anyway, so they go to these, place where the wolves live, called the Sea of Eternal Despair, lair of the werewolves, Transilvane. All right, so they are meeting with the big chief here, and this is the elder Welcome to my camp. What's with the resolution? Overworld. I'm Lupac, Packmaster of all the tribes. We are expecting your arrival since Count Dragarin alerted to your coming. And he says, you've done well, my daughter. Bless the creator. So these wolves don't know that Donovan is the creator. And to Donovan, this world is just, a petri dish of experiments that he easily can change everything, wipe clean, and start over for fun, right? I sent my daughter to Castle Frankenstein to watch out for your arrival, but when she found out that you have entered Lord Zorval's domain, I immediately dispatched some of our best riders to aid you. Well, thank you, Pack Leader. He explains then, Superman, Lord Blood of Frankenstein told us we've been summoned to your world by someone named Dragarin. Who is he and what does he want? He's the Lord of the Vampires, an old ally of the great wolf tribes, unlike the Frankensteins, the zombies and the mummies, who are sworn enemies. So yeah, different factions controlling different parts of this world. I like that. And he says, the vampires has been the rightful rulers of Transilvane for generations, but Lord Blue dreams of changing that. Basically, the Frankensteins wants to take over, the seat of power and them becoming the dominant force of this monster world, if you can call it that, right? And he says, it's our task to bring you to him, to the castle, on the right horn of creation. The left horn castle remains empty for the day when great creator Dabney the Merciless finally comes to bless his children. Again, this particular scene or setup has never been explored. So I think, okay, wait a minute. So this is the Vampire Lord's place, and this is then Lord Dabney's place, probably, I don't know, giving him a castle or a seat on the house. Who knows? Dabney the Merciful, huh? Well, I can hardly wait to meet Dragarin to find out where we fit in. And take a look at these Horns of Creation. Now, the Horns of Creation, it looks really cool. Lardin, is it Lardin, how you say that? Ladronn, sorry. His art's really good, really, really good. I like his style. After several days' ride, the Horns of Creation rose from the plains like the magnificent Babel. The gargantuan scale evoked some celestial bridge connecting man to the heavens above. Except that in this case, they weren't men, and the heavens were the province of a madman named Dabney Donovan. All right, so they go in. Boring. So they go in, right? And the vampire clan is waiting. Superman, the wolf clan, and Dabney. And he says, the master wants to see the creator at once. The creator, says Lupkin. You are the Dabney? Not quite what you expected, eh, wolf boy? Ha ha! All right. On the screen of a strange machine was a grim reminder of the threat that originated in this very place. This is the Dabney and his golem, my lady Snow. He says, my name is Superman. And you can also see that the vampires look a little bit different than traditional vampires. And I like that, something different. Yes, Dragarin approaches and he says, I bid you welcome. It is not given to many to meet their makers, at least not while they are still among the living. But then we're not really living, are we, O Creator? The Creator. Little world overworlder really is the Dabney, says the Wolf Clan. It really depends how you define living. That was the wrong answer. The ability to fear death, non-existence, the end of all things. And he grabs him. My senses tell me that you're just what you are feeling now, Creator. You made a point, Dragarin. Put the man down. What do you want from us? Yeah, that was my question also. All right. Wanting another trait of life, wouldn't you agree, Superman of Earth? The point, Dragarin. Very well. I learned of your world fortuitously through a mystician probe designed by my Praetorius Igor. That's this guy. I learned of your worlds of our creator, Dabney Donovan, in the form of entertainment you call horror films. Horror. Can you imagine the horror of discovering that all you and the world are aware or ever will be are nothing but tales to scare children? I thought myself the master of all I surveyed when I was only a scarecrow. But that is not what all Ager's Mysticon showed me. I also discovered the genocide spray, a device created by Dabney Donovan to destroy all life on Transilvane, to wash our planet clean for more mad experiments. So he says that what I confirmed either, right? And he says, "You disgust me, Donovan," says Superman. All right. The genocide will be destroyed, Dragarin. I give you my word of honor, says Superman. Would that it were enough, Superman, if your world were at stake? Would you entrust us its future to one such as he? I'm sure we can reach some kind of agreement, he says. I have decided that the Creator will remain on Transilvane forever, that he can never build another genocide device. As for Earth, we will not harm man, merely take away his evil roots. Igor is ordering my Mandragore to prepare to release its hydrocarbon-feeding, self-replicating projectiles. You can't do that. You'll destroy man's entire civilization. Now, what is the Mandragore? That is this thing here. That is, on the outside world, right? Waiting. And Superman had somewhat of a hard time defeating it. It can self-replicate. And it has the ability to destroy humankind. Like I said, read the number 22. 22, yes. So Superman says, nah, that's not going to happen. You made a serious mistake, Dragarin. No one threatens Earth while Superman is around. Yeah, you tell him, Superman. You have no choice. You are in my power. So the guards come in with scythes. Are they vampires? Why are they attacking him with scythes? Oh yeah, by the way, he's just also challenging him. So Dragarin says, hasn't your world come up with the term first strike? Certainly what this man's plan for my world was far worse. I can see where he's coming from. He's afraid that his, world will be wiped out because of a madman. I can see that to a certain degree, but, the outcome is not really well thought out. Anyway, so Superman says, think you are a match of Superman vampire. No one defiles Dragarin. Horov and Rutfin show this other world that the Lord of Transilvane is no mere toy. All right, so goons come in to tackle Soups, but then the daughter of Lupkin, or whatever his name is, Lupek, I'm sorry, he says, we must help him, Father. He's a good and honorable man. He saved my life when we fought the zombies. But the wolf always stood by the vampires. What you suggest is unimaginable. Think of the honor of the tribes. Of course, he ignores that. He's going to help Superman. But then Dabney comes in because he's the creator. Don't just stand here. I'm your creator. Go and help her. And then he says, yeah, sure, man. All right. And he says, how can this be? Well, the treaty's now broken, right? Ancient alliance has been trampled. My vassals humbled. So he's transforming into a, more vampire-like creature. And he punches Superman. And Superman is, like I said, weakened. And he's really feeling it. And he says, you still stand. And then, I no more give up fighting for my world, Vampire Lord. Dragarin obviously wasn't used to folks striking back. And he says, yeah, more giving up fighting for my world, Vampire Lord, than you would for yours. And then he says, for which gives me an edge to exploit. I struck before he could react. So he's really punching him real hard into the Mandragore machine with you. And so the device explodes, and then the Mandragore creature melts in a puddle of goo, and, so he's no threat to Earth anymore, right? I have underestimated you, Superman of Earth. My world lies defenseless, but I still can destroy you. He says, no, says the Wolf Clan. My Lord Dragon, listen to your old ally. You can kill the creator that will destroy our world as surely as he would have. Besides, Superman has given him his word of honor. So what it will be, more pointless fighting, or As your own dream, Bram Stoker wrote, there are four far worse things awaiting man than death. However, in this case, mutual trust may serve us better. So Superman grabs Donovan and he says, we're going to have a serious conversation. They're going to fly back to their world. And that's the end. Wait, what? Isn't this more? Very subtly. And Superman, vows to keep an eye on this world. So yeah, it needs a little bit more time to cook in the oven. A little bit, the story. Not the story itself. I mean, the story is fine for what it is. But, there is some alliances being broken very easily because of the creator says that. I mean, it should be better if there's some kind of a conflict between creator and the honor of wolves and the vampire, right? Instead of, oh yeah, sure, the creator says that, now we're gonna do it. I know that because he sees them probably as a god, a creator, but still, it would have also been nice that more time between Donovan, Superman, and this wolf clan, having maybe an adventure in between, building up trust and getting these people to get to know each other a little bit better. And but I get the viewpoint of this vampire lord, the fear of being wiped out. But all this talk about the zombie king and about Frankenstein in the first issue that wants to take over or topple the vampire lord and then become the higher power in this Transilvane world. It's never been explored. It was just there. I mean, if there was maybe a war, and let's say there's an issue 3, right? Before Superman and Donovan go away. If there was Frankenstein attacking the castle of Frankenstein with the wolves in it, and Frankenstein has the zombies behind them and other creatures, and then we have a full blown out battle, and then Superman proves to the Lord of the Vampire that nothing will happen, that he vows them to protect them, just as he protects Earth, because that's what he is. He's a protector of life. I mean, that would have been way better instead of, oh yeah, we need to wrap it up and bye now, right? I mean, what is now the trust between the vampire lords and the wolf clan because they broke the treaty? We will never know, right? Because it's not really explained very well. Yeah, it just needed one more issue, in my opinion, to bring the whole story nice together. Because in issue 22, with all the Frankensteins, it's not here anymore, right? So it wasn't important. So why establish so much time to create a story or to establish a story or a narrative that supposedly, like I said, a war between vampires and Frankenstein monsters. But, we're never going to see it because it's over. Yeah, so it's not bad. It could have been better. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.